So
Let's
yay!
dance. Yes, let's dance. Let's start to open up and move however you feel like moving today, because it's a joyful day and you are healing from the inside out. I mean,
Hello, gorgeous one. Hello, gorgeous everyone.
it's everybody is gorgeous and beautiful and awesome, and life is a gift to be embraced.
And life is a gift to be embraced. Oh, I so agree with you. So I embrace myself.
Well, it the sense of embracing is kind of like we want it to be comforting.
Oh yeah.
Right, but there is sometimes when we step out, at least my experience, it doesn't feel so comfortable. Yet when I've learned to just trust the timing of the comfortable step, it becomes comfortable. So I was leaning into something today. I told the person on Monday I'd give them 2 days. I needed 2 days because I was 8.5 out of 10 on making a purchase. And I had to phone back and say, no, I'm still only at 8.5, right? It's not 10. I know when it's 10, it's comfortable, it's easy, it's fluid, it flows. When it's 8.5 and I got that little bit of it's just no. And then once that decision is made, it's that energy just disappears.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's important to follow our guidance. Our guidance.
Yes, because guidance can keep you in the right timing and the right place and the right comfortableness in your body, because you're doing it in sync with everything else. You're trusting that all the other pieces are coming together and it's working, and unity, that's everything is unified.
Yes. And sometimes there is no logic at all.
And how many, out of a scale of 1 to 10, how often is there logic in guidance?
Oh yeah, because it's a different kind of logic. It's the logic of our house. Our house.
Mm-hmm.
It's divine logic.
Yeah, it and that is, I feel that is the most like freeing thing, because I can then go, I appreciate what you're saying to me, person over here that's giving me your expert advice or your opinion or your personal experience. But there's something in me that isn't quite on that vibe, so I've got to choose here. And and to be able to rely on what I feel is makes sense throughout my whole body, that keeps me at peace, is freedom as far as I'm concerned.
Mhm. I got to choose me. That's my life, or your life.
Yeah, it's like we dance and we dance. I've been doing some drum circles. Were you you doing some drumming when you were in Africa?
Not quite. Not not such African as that. I heard the drums, but I was not in the jungle.
No, but sometimes it doesn't have to be in the jungle. I've been in the city and there's still
Yeah,
music going, right?
yeah, yes, that I heard. It
Yes.
was awesome.
So we
Mm.
did. Well, you were in Africa. I was doing a sweat here with some of our uh, traditional native people, unifying, coming into unifying unity, creating that unity and recognizing that it's here and now that's important.
Yeah.
There are traditions from the past, but the here and now is what's important, what we do now.
Now in our hearts.
And that's why we're dancing.
Yes, and that's why we are moving.
Yes. And so when we were doing a bit of a drum circle, bringing the Mi'kmaq together and some of the rest of us that are labeled something else, then we had some dancers come and we were dancing, and then the next time we got together we had some belly dancers that were learning belly dancing, the jingle jingle, and we were just in the park laughing, and I was thinking about you and all our joyful healing moments.
Awesome. Nice time you had.
Yeah, because everybody moves in a different way, right? So it's like if you know, your shoulders, your hips we're just designed to move and to flow.
Yeah, just feel your body. Just feel your body and move as you wish. You wish.
Yeah.
All our cells are a unity, so it's good to move. It's good to all of us.
Well,
all of us in our body. It's unity. And we can vibrate as a unity, as a unified body with trillions and trillions of cells, all working for us, and we working for them. Life is beautiful. Oh.
And up and around, reach so high and touch the sky, and reach down low and touch your toes. And turn yourself round and round, and sit very quietly on the ground. That's what we used to tell the kids when we were in play, to get them to go from playing to quiet time. So that they had a little break, but they knew the song, and they'd be, oh, time to reach so high, touch the sky. Reach so low and touch your toes. Turn yourself around and round. Sit very quietly on the ground.
Yes, grounding ourselves too.
Yes. Oh, and walking barefoot is one of those ways, right? That you really feel the energy of the earth, whether you're in the grass or the forest or on the beach. It is a completely different feeling. My girlfriend, Melody, I think she was saying when she grew up in Zimbabwe, she had 4 pairs of shoes, but she didn't like wearing the shoes. So she would walk to school in her bare feet because she preferred walking in bare feet. And I tell that story because there's so many people that have felt like, oh, we need to give people shoes. And so they have shoes because we wear shoes, and now we're going backwards to giving up our shoes.
And I saw that a lot in Africa because they were there lots of times, and they really walked every place, and I was often and horrified at the same time because I wouldn't go on barefoot. In some places they would, but it was like nothing for them. They were used to, and they prefer. It's like they prefer.
Yeah. So what was the most peculiar place that you saw when you were, say you were, oh.
Oh, like rocks and things like that, that could hurt my feet.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know when I was in Costa Rica, one of the places I was living at was up in the mountains, and the store was up like the little village store was up a big hill, and there was like a loop that you could walk down, around, and back, and there was a little coffee shop, sort of a, you know, very, very minimal things before you went into the city. But in that area, I was in my bare feet. I'm in my bare feet. I never put shoes on. And I too was probably the only lighter skinned person that in that area. And so when I would wave and I'd say hi, most of the people that lived in here would be like, point at my feet. And they'd be like, what? You know, no shoes. And I'd be like, no, because it just felt so free that I could walk around that area, that they weren't saying you needed to do this. And some would wear some, you know, would be barefoot also for pieces, but it was the sense of, yeah, nobody's saying I can't do it.
Yeah. You weren't saying you can't do it.
Yes.
That is most important.
Yes,
Who cares what other people say?
exactly.
Yeah.
Having a new experience.
Well, I'm not saying other people is not important. I'm saying we are important for us, for what we feel.
Yes, so that's a very good point, because I feel like when I'm honoring me, I'm actually honoring the whole. It's a different thing than in the previous years of my life, where I would be like, I'm doing it my way and I don't care what you say, right? It was that intention of like, I'm just doing it. I'm following the way I want to do it. I don't care what you have to say. And like an aggressive energy, where now it's like I'm playfully aligned with my inner guidance, and I share from my experience, and I hope in that experience I help others understand my, you know, where I'm coming from. And I say that, even I just did a video because I was with 3 people that have all been double vaccinated, and we'd been with each other hours and laughing and hugging and oh, ha, 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 ha. And then all of a sudden they just asked me, they said, one of them just came out and said something like, well, you've been vaccinated, haven't you? I said, no. And I was thinking, I was laughing because I thought, out of all the things I've shared about unity and healing coming from the, like, it just seemed like a foreign question for them to ask that of me based on everything we shared. And then immediately it was like the station turned in their head, and they were like, well, but you care about people. And I go, yeah, that's why I have chosen, or what I feel guided, because I care about people. Because I want, you know, that's just me. Everyone has a different role. And when we can respect that, that's unity. And they were like, oh. So I said, ask me any questions. So they were asking questions, and I was just saying, well, this is my experience, right? And that, what's your experience? And let's just find a common ingredient to say, it's really okay, right? We're just learning new things and new ways of being and expressing out our fears and coming into joyful healing.
Today, I really feel the need to repeat yourself, but it's like this, coming into joyful healing. And everything's all right, yes, yes. And before you came from your ego, and now you came from your holiness. So it's completely different. And our ego has fear, lots of fear, yes. And our holiness has not. Easy and simple, just like this.
Kiss. Keep it simple, sweetheart.
I like to see that.
blowing you that kiss.
Mm.
Yeah, and that's, I've been seeing for me how complicated I've made life, or I've been taught to make life, and to unravel it all is different than trusting the process. So trusting the process for me is that each of us are like a strand in the, and we come together and we create this beautiful tapestry. And it's gorgeous, whatever the, it's just gorgeous. But each of us are needed to do our own part. And on a tapestry, nothing is ever in the same spot or the same color, right? It's unique. And if you were to take away all those pieces of the tapestry, there would be nothing. So we need to be unique and individual. We need to know our role, our place, what makes us feel joyful. And then we're vibrant and we shine on the tapestry of life.
And we shine on the tapestry of life. I'm your equal. It's so beautiful. And it's alright. It's alright. It's like that. We were made to shine. We were made to shine in our tapestries, in our lives. And each of one, each of us, we choose our design. We choose our design, our divine design, as we wish, and we build it here, as we are, as I am, as you are. Like in a dance,
As,
calling.
as you are, I am. As I am, you are. And to embody that, right? For every one of you watching, to embody that, right? To really get that as you are, I am. So as I see you, I see beauty. I see perfection. I see you're in the right place at the right time. I see everything is working in your favor. I see healing from the inside out. I see perfection, that you have an inner guidance and an intuition that will guide you to your heart's desires. That's what I see when I see you or anybody else. I trust the process.
Yes, and it's like you are nothing. I see you, and you see me, and you see the reflection of me, and you see the reflection of you, and it's so beautiful.
And you can look at, like, just with Mena and I here, as this idea that Mena sees this in me, I see this in her, we're the reflection, but now you're watching us, so you must be reflecting this too. And if anything is coming up for you in terms of doubting or, skepticism or fear, just lay it out on the table, right? Just see it for what it is and go, is it 100% true?
Yes, and
Right.
when we say you, we are not talking to Mena or to Jacqueline. We are really talking to you, to all of us, of course. So that's it. And if you like anything we say, you have it. It's the reflection of you. It resonates with you because you have it. You are it.
Yeah, I was with a group. So I was saying that we did a sweat, and then we were going to do another ceremony, and then we were told, oh, it's come to the attention of the chief that some in the group aren't vaccinated. So we can't come back on their land. And so some of the individuals were like, oh, that's discrimination. And I was like, no, they're just making a choice. And now you're having a response or a reaction that's your reaction. And if we keep looking at everything as unified, that we have shown them some things and they have shown some things to us. You know, it's like, if you look that way, that it's always in the best to help release and clear and move you forward to where you want to go, it's always imperfection. There's always unity.
Respect. Yeah. And other people sometimes annoy us or do some things we don't like. And that's awesome because they are showing us that somehow inside of us we have something that is annoyed or irritated. And that is very good for us to take conscience of that. Because when we become conscious, we can release it. Release what we have that we don't like and do not wish to see. So in those times, other people come and, well, it's like a movie. It's the movie of our lives, but we think it's their fault, it's their irritant being. And we forget, or we are not conscious that if it irritates us, we have it. We have that. So let's be grateful for the person that showed us, for us to be conscious, to see I like it or I don't like it. I don't like it, so okay, I can say bye bye. I can release it and be grateful to the person. That was at our service, showing us what we have to clean. Oh, let's move.
And the advantage of that, if this happens to be the first time you've ever heard that they're giving you to be grateful for somebody that's causing you irritation or frustration, it's the first time you've heard this, the advantage of that is, again, the power comes back to being in you, right? Because it's about you choosing then how you want to respond or react, or what action you want to take. If you're always saying, I wish they would change, why don't they do it differently? You are feeling like a victim, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. And you are giving your power to others, to that person that you say, it annoys you. You are, you are giving your consent to be annoyed, to be changed by the energy of that person. So who is responsible for that? The other person? No, you are. I am.
And I used to use this with I still use it. So I say, when you point one finger, right, at someone else, and you're like, no, 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 these three are pointing back at me. So 3 against 1 means the majority says it must be me. Right? My hand is telling me it's me. It's my experience. And so you can say, but that's how they were. Are you saying that, like, I get that because I was in that situation too, that I was abused or hurt or whatever, and it was my fault? No. I'm saying that you're having an experience and that person's still responsible for their actions. There's something in you that attracts you to be the victim. The bully always finds the weak person in the playground. And if you can look at that and use that as training examples, right? that's what I had to do. I used to be terrified. And then I became a little less terrified. I was just fearful, and I was less fearful, and I was less fearful. And then it was like, I'm confident I can handle whatever comes my way. And in that process, those relationships that caused me this and that, they shifted and changed. And some of those people just gradually left my life. And others I had to say, you know, it's finished. I realize I deserve more. And it's okay. And I appreciate all your time and energy that you've given to me to train me to go from to that's what I'm saying about responsibility. Because I know the first time I heard that my sickness was my responsibility, I was like, don't you tell me that. You have no idea what much pain I'm in, you know, blah, 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 blah. But over time, little new thoughts start to say, well, what if some of that is true? What if I could think differently or be differently and it would change things? And that is what opened the door for me to start to encounter all the things and release, 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 and build up, build up, build up, build up to here, joyfully healing here with Mena on either side of the Atlantic Ocean.
Mhm. Your results come from your action. Your action come from your feelings and your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And all of them come from what you believe, what you deeply believe, what you deeply feel you are and the world is. So if you feel like a victim, if you feel you have no power or control over things, your results will be like that. And aggressive people is attracted by victim people, of course. They attract each other until they are not or no more in that frequency. When we become tired of being a victim, we can choose a better place to stay and to live and to be. And then happiness can come, easy can come, light can come quicker, freedom and power. You regain your power. Simple, is it? Sometimes it's not simple to see that and to stop going that direction, but it's like a snowball. We start slowly and then we grow and we grow and we grow.
Yeah.
Mm.
And in the world or the universe or the quantum field, there's infinite possibilities. Infinite possibilities. So if there's infinite possibilities, just like there's infinite, you can never get through your social media posts. You can never be on every social media channel. You can never, it's impossible to do it all because there's just infinite. That means there's just keeps going beyond and beyond. So even when it's like education never stops because you're having a new experience. And in that new experience, you get new thoughts, you get new textures, you new tastes. It's like a buffet table of things you've never tried before. And maybe some you've maybe thought of, maybe you even knew, but you'd never tried. And now you're like, okay, today I'm going to try it. And then you still try it and you go, oh, no, I wasn't missing anything there. And others you go, oh my gosh, why didn't I do this earlier? I love this. And if that's how you look at life and start to think that there's infinite possibilities, there's infinite things on the buffet table, and you can choose, why, what is the benefit? I always say, get rid of the why questions. What is the benefit if you're angry, fearful, suffering, depressed, anxious, of choosing the same thing on the buffet table all the time when it isn't bringing you the results you truly want?
So you are so rich. You have infinite possibilities, infinite choice. What should be more awesome than that? Mm.
Infinite. So in infinite possibilities, the other day I saw a motorhome, like a
Yeah.
and I was like, huh, I'd been thinking about ancestors and how they had, their covered wagon when they came here to discover, and they built, well, whether it's Gertz in Mongolia, people traveled, right? They didn't just stay in one place, or teepees or cabins, and then they moved. And I thought, huh. And then I came across this and I thought, huh, what if this is a sign that that's what I'm supposed to do? Is make a point that I am my address. My address of my house is not where I live. It is where I sleep or where I eat, but my address is really my body. This is my home. This is my temple. So I want to clean it out. I want to love it. I want to honor it the most, instead of the walls of a building that I'm in. Because when I do this, it radiates out other vibration that I do believe affects other people to be freer and lighter and more joyful.
Mhm. And this could be the theme for today. Honoring myself, honoring my temple. That's why honoring who I am. Hmm.
Honor, like even the concept of, in our legal system, we look to the judge and we call them your honor. And who do you want to, again, give honorship to? That person or you? If you can be honorable to yourself, if you can be honorable in your words and your actions, isn't that like an exciting thing?
Yes, and as you told before, honoring myself, I am honoring the whole world through myself.
Mhm. Yeah. And even in the whole world, we have, these ideas that we're told, all the different countries, all the different cities, all the different places and people in there. And sometimes we hear about another country, like for instance in South Africa right now, they're going through just unbelievable destruction, especially in Durban, and that sometimes can be in your own body, right? There can be a major clearing, a detox. You might be very, very sick, and your body is releasing the cancer, like it has to get out of your system. The fear needs to get cleared. And because when we, like even in Australia in the beginning of 2020, when they had all those massive fires and they burned so much of the land, but then the new growth started so quickly, and blue butterflies were seen in numbers that people had never seen before. So new growth happens from ash, right? New things can come, but sometimes the old things in your body, just like in the world, need to be released in order for new absorption to come in, right? It's like your cells have to release the old in order to absorb the new kind of idea.
Yeah. And that is giving me the idea for our next program, or one of them, that is healing ourselves and the responsibility of healing ourselves to heal the earth,
Mm-hmm.
because we all care about them. And that cares about us. But all starts inside, all starts in me and you and you and you and you.
Yeah, I find it amazing of the thoughts people are receiving. Everybody's receiving something different, right? Like, I met a man the other day, and he told me he took pop cans, like soda pop cans, and he built a steel case, and he had them about 1 meter wide by about 2 meters high. So he put them in this case, and then he took a mirror and he glued it on, and he painted the mirror black, and then he put that out in front and gathered the sun, and that was acting as his solar panel, and it cut his energy down by 50%. And I was like, well, that's a good way to reuse our pop cans. You know, reduce waste, recycle, right? I mean, that's ingenious.
Yes, and it's clean energy. Clean. I like it. I like it.
Yeah. And I think there's ideas like this all around as we converse individual to individual. Someone says, oh, I did this, like I grew I grew this out of wherever, right? Like indoor gardens that are happening, and different ways of recognizing you can have raised beds, and you can create gardens even if you're in the city, or growing grass on top of the rooftop, changing our front lawns. Like in Europe, there was much more conscious knowledge of having vegetables and fruit in your just in your shrubs and trees around you, right? Grapevines. North America over here, we were all about like rape the land, created artificially. But now we're coming back to this idea of, oh, what if we all had our own gardens? What if our front lawns were gardens and beautiful flowers, and we would be more self-sufficient?
Yeah. And you were talking that I was wondering, well, it was a great idea, but how did we transform that energy in real electricity for his own? He knew that I don't know how to do it. And you may not know how to do it also, but you know other things I don't know. So you know things that are important for you and for your life and for your transformation. Each one of us is different. Each one of us is unique. What is your beautiful, awesome uniqueness that you wish to bring to the world? That's your genius.
Yes,
Release it.
it is your genius. And another, like, as you might be going, well, I won't even say what you might be doing. So I'm going to say it this way. My friend is a chef, and I was saying to her, you can tell me to add a little bit of mint to my salsa. My salsa still probably won't taste like your salsa. So you can give me some chef tricks or some key points. It's still not going to be just like yours. And in the healing realms that Mena and I are in the sense, it's like we can tell you to look at your thoughts and release your emotions and to move and to trust the process, so you can have that. But sometimes you need a little expertise to just fine tune it for you and to go, oh, that's what you mean. It's like holding you in that light. So when I go to her house and she cooks a meal and I go, oh, that's so good, right? It inspires me to want to go create something closer to what I'm used to, like to see that. And that's the idea of healing, that we're holding this out to you that says you can heal joyfully. We can help you find the right spices, in a sense, to create it and do our best to inspire you to move forward and create your own health, however you're guided to do it.
That is, do it at your own way. Only your own way is good for you.
Mhm.
So you can taste several spices or whatever. Yes, it's good to try different things. And then choose them with your heart, with your body, with your emotions. Choose well for you what tastes better for you and keep it simply. Keep it simple. Do it as your own way. We respect you. We respect your own way. Your way is the best for you. Mwah. To Dracula.
We love you.
We love you.
And kiss. Keep it simple, sweetheart.
Yeah.